the creator of all things, and his complete control over life. The biggest issue with humanity are their unwillingness to recognize that there is a creator of all things and to live according to the rules that govern his creation. There are rules to life that govern and determine everything that happens on this planet. Humanity blocks itself from knowing these rules because it defines the creator using its own doctrine, which allows it to create its own rules. The creator is more accurately defined by his creation based on its design and its natural order of operation. It's just difficult for humanity to do this because they want to live according to their own way of life, not according to the creator's way of life. Humanity doesn't seem to understand that all their hardships and problems stem from them not living according to the natural and design order of this creation. Whether humanity realizes it or not, this also creates a blind spot within its mind because humanity tends to think that it is living right, when in reality, hardships, destruction, division, deception, unrighteousness, and all kinds of problems exist all around them. This has to be one of the most bizarre and craziest things that could ever exist, but it's all aligned with the fact that humanity is able to blind itself to truth and reality. They're able to do this when the rules they live by are not aligned with the true rules that govern life. This blinds them to understanding life from its true perspective, but only from their own. It becomes difficult for them to realize that life is being dictated by something else and that all their issues stem from going contrary to that. It's the creator of all things and his design order of life that dictates everything happening on this planet and within its creation. This has always been the controlling force within its creation and the reason behind all the issues that exist today and have existed in the past. Humanity must understand that if this situation is not properly addressed and corrected, it can only lead to the destruction of any society, as it had always done. This is the time when all hands should be on deck for humanity and everyone should be working together to bring about the proper solution. Not this person against that person and that person against this person. Not realizing that a nation divided cannot stand either. Just about all human beings are at fault and guilty of not living according to the creation design order. Life is given a message to them, and humanity needs to adhere to the message. It's time for humanity to get back to its proper mindset and acknowledge that there is a creator of all things and live according to his design order for his creation. This is that time in life when the creator and his creation speaks to humanity, and they need to listen and follow. This would help avoid any further destruction to themselves and their way of life. It is meant for all human beings to live according to the creation design order and rules of operations. And a key aspect of that is understanding themselves. Understand that both men and women have a purpose within this creation, and part of that purpose is to reproduce. Without reproduction, human beings would no longer exist on this planet, and some of its food source would also no longer exist. People also need to understand that there is a mindset in people that dictates their way of life, and that there's a mindset created from every way of life mankind chooses to live. This is the piece that has to be gotten in order. Humanity can no longer choose to live any way that they want to. There's a mindset and a way of life that, if not aligned with the natural order of life, pushes them further away from truth and reality. A mindset and way of life that would bring more harm to them than they can imagine. This is the process that has always helped to facilitate the destruction and demise of all societies that choose to live contrary to the creation's natural order. So it is not wise for anyone or any society to live the way that they want to live. A decision like that will have such a negative impact on that person or on that society, whether they see it or not. It gets them further away from truth and reality and living according to the natural order of life. And it also comes with its consequences. Consequences that impact the person, families, countries, the world, and so many other aspects of life in a very harmful way. No decision should ever be made in life without realizing and understanding the impact that it has on life's natural order, oneself, people, families, communities, societies, the world, etc. This is where things are going wrong for humanity, when people and societies think that it's okay to live any way of their choosing, not realizing that they can be creating a way of life that is detrimental to all, that leads to self-destruction and ignores the proper use of cause and effect. When one is able to understand life from its true perspective of operation, it allows them to view life differently. It gives more insight into why so much chaos, destruction, division, and deception exists within societies and this world today. It's because people are not living right within this creation, and this is the impact that comes along with it. Living life according to his natural order and in the most truthful and righteous manner should dictate every way of life. Making known the knowledge of the true order of life and what truth and righteousness are should be part of all society's education platform. All the issues that exist in life today are based on humanity not living according to these principles and values, and is having a negative impact on families, societies, the world, and nature. Life should no longer be dictated by how humanity wants to live. It should be dictated by how humanity is supposed to and is designed to live. Whether people see it or not, this is also a form of creation and reproduction because the best mindsets and lifestyles will be created and then reproduced through living this way. There is so much more to life and this creation than one may imagine. Humanity creates and reproduces many aspects of its own life. Love and respect for the Creator must be created and then reproduced. Truth, righteousness, proper family structure, healthy living, peace, love, all of these things must be created first and then reproduced. It requires humanity to look at life from its true order operation, not their own perspective, to truly realize and understand how it really works. Life is designed to come back on and give back to everyone, societies and the world included, based on the way that they live. This is the design order of the creation and the instructional and creative piece that humanity has and was given. So if chaos, destruction, and all types of problems exist in life today, it's because that's what humanity has created and reproduced. It's time to get people's mindset back to their proper state, get life back to its proper order, and live life according to its design and what is true and right. Humanity is fighting against and over a creation that doesn't even belong to them. It is meant to be shared with all people on this planet in the most truthful and righteous way, and according to its design order. This creation is absolute in the way it operates, and it is also designed to protect itself. It allows humanity a chance to alter its mindsets and way of life to align with it, or it destroys the things that are not aligned with its design order of operation. Humanity must be aware that this creation is unchanging. It doesn't change from the way it is designed to operate. Humanity also needs to be aware that it is the variable in this creation, and that its mindset can change direction without it knowing. The mindset and inner workings of humanity are intricate components, and they need to be developed and maintained in a specific way. Understand that family and its family structure are the beginning of where mental development starts, so it should always be in its proper order. This is where a major portion of humanity's love and desires originate, so it's one of the keys to life. It's not conducive for family structure to create love and desires and to impart knowledge into children that doesn't help them to understand and navigate life as it is intended. Everyone should know the purpose of life and share that knowledge with their children, their family, friends, etc. It's difficult for anyone to properly navigate life without knowing its true purpose and intent. To know the rules of life, its natural order and design, along with humanity's natural order and design, is part of the knowledge every human being should have. To teach that life is about cause and effect, there are principles and values designed for humanity that will allow cause and effect to yield them its best results. To teach children that living life in the most truthful and righteous way will help protect and keep them out of harm's way. Teaching them that they must discipline themselves to use their free will to do what is always true and right and know what that is. This is a major portion of what family structure should be used for. And any environment that exists outside of family structure should support these same teachings. Family structure is the basis of life. It is the key, and so many of life's issues can be measured by how properly it is established. Truth starts at home, righteousness starts at home, and learning about the natural and design order of life starts at home. Family structure, when established properly, is an example of how all other entities within its creation should be established and function. Life is all about truth, righteousness, and its natural order, and there should never be any deviation from that. Deviation from this process and order of life is what is creating all the problems that exist among humanity today. Humanity is a creator in its own right and is creating and reproducing many aspects of its own life. They help to create their love, desires, and mindset and reproduce the very love, desires, and mindsets they help to create. They give back from life exactly what they put into life. So there should never be any complaint from humanity, just a desire to learn more about life's natural order and live according to it. Another natural order is that humanity's mind locks into whatever it is given through its love and desire. So one must make sure not to introduce and create the wrong love and desires in people, especially children, because that's what they will live by and reproduce. It would help humanity to get a better understanding and a better insight as to what's really happening in life and how it really works. There's a reason why the most truthful and righteous principles and values should always be used. It keeps life in its proper order and reproduces those same principles and values. Reproduction is a major component of life, and there are many areas where it is being used. This is why the principles and values of proper family structure, truth, righteousness, and love for the proper things are so important. The reality of life is that cause and effect is the major component mechanism on this planet and within its creation, and it can't be beaten. There is no getting away from the controlling aspect that cause and effect have within its creation. The only thing to do is to conform to its process of operation and live according to the creation design order. Cause and effect is designed to give back to everyone in every situation exactly what it puts into it, and it is a perpetual process. It continuously works, giving back what is put into it and reproducing and multiplying whatever that is. If truth and a righteous way of life go through the process of cause and effect, then it will continue to reproduce and multiply that way of life. It will start to become more prevalent in people, families, society, and the world, and influence more people to live that way. The opportunity for more people to understand truth and righteousness, to learn about it, and to desire to live that way starts to increase. Now, if non-truth and an unrighteous way to live go through the process of cause and effect, it will also reproduce and multiply itself. More families, societies, and the world will now become more aware of and influenced by a way of life based on non-truth and unrighteousness. The truth is that both of these ways of life will continue to reproduce and multiply themselves, but only one can sustain its existence. The first one will reproduce and multiply a way of life that dictates that humanity lives in the most truthful and righteous way. This creates fairness in every situation of life, and humanity never goes against each other, nor does the Creator and His creation go against humanity. This is the only way it will be able to sustain its existence as it continues to go through the process of cause and effect. It never creates, reproduces, or multiplies any destructive ways of thinking and living, which will only start attacking and destroying its own existence. The other way will eventually result in humanity not being fair, honest, truthful, righteous, at peace, and in harmony with each other, and being at odds with the Creator and His creation. Through the process of cause and effect, humanity multiplies its attack on and against each other, and the Creator and His creation multiply their negative impact on humanity and its way of life. This is how humanity has brought and still is bringing hardship and destruction upon itself today. It's a no-win situation on this planet and within its creation when humanity does not cooperate with its natural order and design. This is how this creation is designed to function and has always been designed to function. That means that there's only one way to resolve the issues that exist on this planet. Trying to resolve any issues in a way that doesn't teach people to live and monitor themselves according to the Creator and His rule for His creation eventually leads to hardships and the destruction of that way of life. The Creator and His design order of life have always been fair to humanity and have always given them a way out of the situations that they bring upon themselves. Humanity just needs to become more aware and knowledgeable of how this creation functions and live accordingly. Humanity must understand that there is a creator of this universe and of this planet, just like humanity is the creator of the many things they have created on this planet. Everything humanity has created for itself is associated with rules and order to govern it and ensure it operates as intended. It needs to be understood that this creation functions according to the same process. This creation and this planet have their own rules, and a creator is associated with them also. Yet this creator is loving, truthful, righteous, and forgiving, and a forgiving creator when humanity lives right. He just requires that humanity live according to the natural and design order of his creation. This requires that truth, righteousness, and love for the proper things be at the forefront of all learning and knowledge, and people must develop a love and desire to pursue this. All people, societies, nations, countries, etc., must center every aspect of their being around the Creator and how His creation functions. This is the basis of how humanity should live on this planet and within its creation. Humanity should never think that they don't have to adhere to the rules of this planet and creation and to know what those rules are. Why would one not know the rules of the very place where they are establishing their existence? A place that doesn't even belong to them, a place that, if it weren't here, then neither would they be. This creation dictates humanity, not humanity dictating the creation. Some things in life, and pretty much everything, are nothing but common sense. Humanity must return to the common sense and logical approach to life because that gives more clarity to how it functions and operates. This is the knowledge that has to be taught and shared with everyone on this planet. Family structure is one of the keys to life on this planet, and it should always be established in its proper order and according to its design, purpose, and intent. So much of the reproduction process of life goes through family structure because human beings, mindsets, love, desires, and so many things are reproduced through this process. This is the foundation that determines the outcome of so many things that are taking place on this planet. So many of the issues that are plaguing humanity today can be traced back to improper family structure. A proper family structure will eliminate a great deal of the hardships that humanity continues to bring upon itself. Humanity just continues to deal with and live with these hardships and not correct them at the root of which is really creating them. Family structure is a natural order of life that helps put the mindset of humanity in a pure and righteous state. It is an instructional piece of life that all civilizations should be built upon. It helps to develop the most truthful and righteous policy, rules of order, education platforms in any country, city, community, household, the world, etc. These are the things that help to keep both men and women thinking in the most truthful and righteous way. It helps to keep men and women aligned with a major aspect of their purpose, and it helps to create the knowledge that should be passed on to all children. It helps to teach children how this planet and creation are designed to work and how it is a non changing order of life. It gives men and women a great foundation of how to work with each other in a loving and harmonious way, taking responsibility for what they reproduce, which is their children, and understanding the importance of wanting the best for them. Always wanting to leave life in this creation in a better place for them and looking beyond their own desires. Looking at what's best for the children and knowing that starts with the parents being together and giving children what they naturally want, need, and require. Putting the most truthful and righteous things life has to offer before them and knowing what those things are. This also helps to identify some of the roles that men and women are not only meant but designed to perform. It serves life and humanity in such a great way and helps to eliminate the hardship that no one should ever want for themselves and especially for their children. Living life this way is a component that will truly help preserve the future of all humanity in the most proper way and help to properly sustain this creation.